Good afternoon, I'm Tom with Holman Motors, Holman RV, and I'm going to be showing your camper to you today. Up front, just behind the tongue jack, are your LP tanks, and our technicians already topped both tanks off for you, and they're both on right now. There's an indicator on the regulator just behind the tanks, and this indicates we're drawing from this tank. When this tank runs dry, there's a bubble in this little indicator to show you when it runs dry, it'll turn red. When that happens, you come outside, you turn it over to this side, it will turn green again if this one's on, and then you're ready to draw off this tank. The regulator will automatically switch if both tanks are on. So if you want to make sure you know when you're out of gas, turn one of them off and run it down, and then you can switch to the other one. That way you won't run out of gas. Your Deep Cycle Marine battery is back here. You want to check the cells about every 4 to 5 months. Make sure there's water over the plates. If it's at or below the plates, just add some distilled water, and that'll keep your battery in good shape. Up front, you do have a window that has its own cover to keep the rocks and anything from breaking the glass. Simply, when you put it up, loosen the, tighten the wing nuts, put it down, loosen the wing nuts, lock it down, and lock your lock. So going around, your tire pressure is 50 psi. Our technician's already done that for you to make sure that they're going to wear correctly. You want to also check your tires and make sure they're on 50 pounds per square inch, and that will keep the tread wearing evenly. Camper treads do not normally wear out before the sidewalls will dry rot. So to keep that from happening, use a tire dressing on them occasionally, or get yourself some covers for those tires if it's left in storage in the sun. Also located in your storage area is a 6-foot drain hose for your sewer drain and your gray water, and I'll show you where that goes in just a minute. Also, you have a wrench for your stabilizers. You simply put this wrench on your stabilizer and run it down. Once you have your unit level on the tires from one side to the other, and with your tongue jack forward and aft, bring the stabilizers down, and that's all you do is stabilize the unit. Do not try to jack with them. They're not jacks. They will bend. You have a rubber roof on your unit. The rubber roof starts here and runs all the way to the back. There's a seal across the front and one across the back, and it's a solid rubber roof front to back and side to side. You want to get on your rubber roof and check the Dicor seals that are up there. There's a product called Dicor that's across the front and the back and around anything that comes up through your roof. This Dicor is a brand name that the rubber roof manufacturer recommends you use. So you want to go up there at least a couple times a year and check to see if this Dicor is cracked or separated or come loose from the rubber roof itself. If so, just wipe that area off. Do not take off the old Dicor. Put new Dicor right over top of the dried area, and you'll keep your roof in good shape. Located here is your potable water fill. We probably put some water in here already so we can show you how it works. We'll drain that before it's brought out to you. But if you're at a campsite where you do not have city water, you can fill this tank, and your 12-volt pump inside is a demand pump. When you turn faucets on or flush the toilet, it will run, and when you turn them off, it will go off and draw out of that tank. Your water heater is gas or electric. To use it on either, you first want to make sure that the blow-off valve is not hot before you check to see if there's water in it. There is water in it, so now you know it's safe to light off. To light it off with electric, simply come out here and push the electric button on the lower left-hand corner. To light it off with gas, you go inside, it's electronic, push the button, and it will light with gas. If for some reason it doesn't light, you want to come out here and push the reset buttons. There's 2 of them, and then try again. Located here is your city water connection, and Holman's is going to give you a startup kit, and in that startup kit will be a brand new hose for city water. We suggest that you get a couple things when you get a chance or when you first get your unit. You want to get a pressure regulator that keeps the pressure to this point at 55 pounds, and also a 90-degree bend so your hose will come straight up instead of straight in and kinking in the heat, not giving you the pressure you want. Located next to that is a cable connection for park cable. And below that is your outdoor shower with hot and cold water. Also comes out and has also been de-winterized. Located here is your 30 amp service. All this cable is yours, and we're going to give you an adapter that goes to the end of this 30 amp that will adapt it from 30 amps to 15 or 20 at the house. Now the only thing you can do with that is get your unit started, your refrigerator started, and get it cold so you can get your food in it the night before you get ready to leave. And once that's done, then you want to not run your refrigerator on gas. It's a safety hazard, and I'll explain that when we get inside. Located on your slide outs, you have rubber seals. These rubber seals you want to keep nice and pliable with a UV protectant spray. It's much like a tire spray. You'll spray the foam on and wipe it down, and that'll keep these in good shape so that when the slide goes in, say you break camp in the early morning, you'll have dew here. This is going to wipe that dew off. There will be some water inside that you have to wipe off the floor, but it takes most of it off. Before you do bring your slides in at the campsite, you want to check the top of it. Make sure there's no limbs, leaves, or pine needles on it before you bring it in, because that will break the seal. The back of your refrigerator is here. Not a lot to see. It's for the technicians to get in and work on. Usually when we have this type of unit without the drain plug outside, there's a drain inside that goes into an evaporation tray, and that will drain the condensation off of that. Your sewer dump is back here, and it's a bayonet connection. What you'll do is twist that cap off and put your hose on when you get to a sewer dump. Put the hose in the dump, pull your black tank first, which is a large knife valve, and once it's finished flowing, close it, open up your gray, and your gray will wash out your hose and keep you clean. On the back you have your spare tire with this tire cover, and as you come on around the unit, you have a bracket here, and there's also a frame inside that will slide onto this bracket. And if you so choose to purchase an outdoor grill, that bracket will hold that grill for you. Also, that outdoor grill will connect to the quick connect gas connection underneath. Your furnace exhaust is here, and we suggest you get a cover for this, a screen as it were, to keep mud daubers and little varmints from getting in there and building nests. Also next to that you'll find your 120 receptacle. It's hooked to your GFI inside your trailer. You have nice aluminum wheels, and our technicians have torqued those down to 110 pounds. You also want to check them, even though this is a used unit and they're probably seated pretty well now. The factory says you want to stop at 10, 25, and 50 miles for the first 200 miles. I would imagine this has been over 200 miles. However, I always check mine before I leave the house, and and I check them before I leave the campsite just to make sure they're tight. Over your cooktop you have a fan, and this is the vent for the fan. When you're in camp, make sure this is loose so that your fan will vent to the outside. When you're in tow, make sure you dog ear it back down so it doesn't flap in the wind. It will break. That's pretty much it for the outside. Before we stop the camera though, I'm going to run your awning out. The button is just inside the door, and you just hit extend and your awning will extend. Your awning is automatic insofar that you push a button for it to come out and go back in. It is not automatic if a storm comes up or winds come up. It will not automatically go back in, so you have to be there. You can, however, when you're at your trailer, lower one side or the other and tie it down so that you get water shed to one side or the other. If a storm comes up and it's starting to flap in the wind, just bring it in. We suggest that you bring it in during storms, you bring it in when you're not around the unit, and you bring it in at night because you never know when a storm's going to blow up. We're going to go inside now, and I'll show you how everything works in there. As you come inside your unit, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a row of buttons and gauges. This is to extend or retract your slide out. This one is for your awning, and we'll retract it now. I just wanted to put it out and make sure that it was in good shape before we send it to you. When you hear it hit the side, it's ready to roll. You don't have to do anything else to it. You do have a light switch in here for your porch. That's your porch light switch. And your water heater is for gas is here. You simply turn it on. We know we have water in it, and when it lights off, this red light will go out. If the red light comes back on, it means it's trying to start again, and it'll do that about 3 times before you should check your reset buttons or make sure that your gas is on. There it went out, and I just heard it light off. Located up here is your water pump, and it's on, so we can run water and show you how everything works there. Above that, you can push these buttons to see that your battery's fully charged. Your fresh tank has water in it, your black tank is empty, and your gray tank is empty. Now, below that is your fire extinguisher. Up here is your smoke detector, and located down here by your bed is your carbon monoxide and your LP detector combined. Next to that, you'll find your breaker panel. All your 110 breakers are here. They trip just like they do at home. Halfway, you'll turn them off and back on. Past your converter are your 12 volts, and they're all marked as to what they go to as well. If for some reason you come in and you turn a 12 volt circuit on and it's not working, check the lights, the LED lights along the side of the panel. If one's lit up, that means that is the fuse that's blown. You'll pull that and replace it, and you'll be back in business. We move around your kitchen to come to your thermostat, and to operate your thermostat, you simply turn it on to cool or warmer, wherever you want it to kick the furnace on, and the furnace is just kicked on. We'll turn that off since we got kind of a warm day here anyway. Next to that is your refrigerator. Your refrigerator is automatic. We're plugged into electric, so it's automatically going to choose electric first. If I go out and unplug this unit, it will automatically switch to gas. Now I can manually switch it to gas by letting the gas button out, turning the switch back on. It'll check for gas, and if this does not come back on, it found gas and is operating on gas. Now, the safety tip I was going to give you outside is that you do not want to go down the road with the gas on. 2 reasons. One, this is an open flame when it lights off outside. If you're going down the road or if you're going to a gas station and this lights off with gas while you're gassing up, it could ignite fumes. Also, traveling with the pilot on is illegal in some states, so we just don't do it. If you get your food cold the night before, put your frozen food inside, which this one's cold right now, and your refrigerator food inside. It will stay cold till you get to your next campsite. I'm going to turn the unit off right now and show you what to do when you get into storage. You'll clean out your refrigerator, wipe it down with cleaning solution, and then you'll be able to prop your doors open with this little blue clip, and that'll keep the mildew, musty smell from forming in your refrigerator. There's one for each door, and they'll be inside. Your table and seating area breaks down into a bed, and to do that you simply remove the legs, put the table down on these rails, pull your pillows forward, and that makes a nice little bunk. The light for above the table is the switch is located here, as well as switches located on all your lights. Your air conditioner is operated by simply turning it on cool, and the coolest temperature, and this will cool off the cabin rather quickly. You can also turn it to fan low or medium or high if you just want to circulate the air. Otherwise, you can turn it off. Light over the sink. We do have running water in here, and